So now that we know what the discriminant is, we're able to answer this question. Find the number of solutions of each equation using the discriminant. So before you do this discriminant, just like the quadratic formula, you do need to make sure that you are in standard form. So you've got your ax squared plus bx plus c, and then it's equal to 0. So our first one is ready to go. If we identify a is going to be 3, b is going to be 10, and c is going to be 2. Remember, our discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, so we just plug in those numbers. B is a 10, so we're going to square our 10. Remember, you're always going to have a positive number when you do that squaring, times 4 times, or minus 4 times a, which is 3, and c, which is 2. So, 10 squared is 100, and then I have a negative 4 times a positive, so I know it's still going to be negative. 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, and then 100 minus 24 is 76. So our discriminant is 76. That is enough information for us to tell how many solutions there are to this equation. Because that is positive, that's what we care about. If our discriminant is positive, we will have 2 real solutions. That means that you have 2 x-intercepts. This equation, or this graph parabola, would be crossing your x-axis twice. Alright, so next one, it's equal to 0, so you can identify a is 9, b is negative 6, and c is 1. Go ahead and plug into our discriminant formula right here, b squared minus 4ac. So do you see how I'm putting this negative 6 in parentheses? That's really important because when we square that, we need to make sure that it's positive. That b squared will always be a positive number. So negative 6 squared is 36, and then I have a negative times a positive is still negative, and then 4 times 9 is 36, times 1 is 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. So our discriminant is 0. That tells us how many solutions we have for this equation. If your discriminant equals 0, that means you have 1 real solution. This parabola would be touching the x-axis in one spot, giving you 1 x-intercept. It means the vertex is sitting right on the x-axis. So these aren't too bad. We just have to remember if it has 2 solutions, 1 solution, or no solution. Alright, last example, we are set equal to 0, so we can identify a, b, and c. We do our b squared minus 4ac, so b squared minus 4 times a times c. 1 squared is 1. Here's a negative times a positive, so no, it's negative. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. So, our discriminant is negative. I don't care that it's a negative 3 versus a negative 100. Just the fact that it's negative tells me that we have no real solutions. And again, all that means is that you have no x-intercepts. Your graph does not cross the x-axis, so no real solutions. And that's how you find the discriminant. Pretty quick. Like I said, we just have to remember if it's a positive, negative, or 0 value, that tells us about our solutions.